video from the kitchen. I'll give everybody a few minutes to come on board. As soon as we get about 15 people, we'll go ahead and get started, okay? I hope y'all are doing good tonight. I'm just getting a few things together and getting them ready for us, okay? All right, we got 3 people on board. 4. We'll see when we get to 15, guys. I'll start explaining everything, and then we'll get started, okay? I'm glad y'all are joining me. When somebody comes on board, if you would, somebody send me a comment and let me know that my comments are working. There she is. Hey, Miss Pamela. Good evening. I'm glad you're joining me, Christy. All right, guys, we got comments. We got 15 people. Whoop, whoop. We're going to get going. Get going. It's kind of late, I know, but I'm trying to wait for one of my friend girl customers to come on board. I'm doing this cup for her, and she wanted to kind of watch the process on how we make it, okay? Misty, welcome. Audrey, Angel, is it Andrea, Love? I have a question. When you did the juicy watermelon, did you just use spray paint? On that cup, I did a white base paint, and I used alcohol inks for it, okay? Thank you, Angel. Whoop, whoop. I made this because I was ruining my clothes doing epoxy and ink, so I said I'm going to have me a craft shirt made. And I was talking to somebody, and they said, you need to make a whoop whoop shirt. So here we are. Melissa, welcome. Angel, welcome. I'm glad y'all are here. Okay, we've got enough people, guys. I'm going to quit talking, but I'm going to keep looking at your comments, okay? I'm glad y'all are here. This is a cup we started 2 nights ago, and I apologize, guys. Just, hey, Freddie, welcome. The reason I didn't come on board, and I feel like I owe y'all an explanation because I tell y'all I'm coming on board, but I just want y'all to kind of know what I was going on right here. I'm in the process of moving. We bought a house, so you would not believe what my house looks like. It looks like seriously, a tornado came through here, and it is ridiculous. So I'm really struggling with packing and keeping kids and trying to do cups and do tutorials, but y'all are so important to me, so I hope you understand and just be patient with me for the next couple weeks, okay? This is the cup we started the other night. I kind of angled my camera a little bit different tonight, so I hope everybody can see you. Sheila, I was not on last night. I am so sorry that you waited up. I should have sent you a message, but I got stuck in, we have a room we call the tanning room. It's got a tanning bed in it. You can tell I don't lay in it much. And then we have some other things back there we won't talk about in case people aren't advocates like we are, but I got stuck in there. I buried myself in the corner, and then I couldn't get out the door, and we won't even talk about how bad it got. I'm just going to be honest with you. I had to climb over stuff to get to the restroom, and I am not a little girl to be climbing over stuff. So that's what happened. This is a 30-ounce skinny tumbler. Okay, hey, LaDonna, welcome. Whoop, whoop. I got this from Stainless Steel Depot. Okay, this was specified by the customer that was what she wanted, so that's what we're using. Okay, I have base painted this cup. Excuse me, I prepped this cup. Somebody sent me a message today and wanted to know what I meant by prepping a cup. I do want to talk to you about that just for a second, and maybe we can do a tutorial. If I see enough messages on people saying they need a tutorial for prepping a cup, I will most certainly do that for you guys, okay? All you got to do is mention it or send me a private message that that's something you'd be interested in, okay? Hey, Josie. Hey, Tammy. Y'all welcome. Hey, Kayla. I want to try and cover things that everybody needs. This cup was just a tad bit more advanced than some of the cups that we do. It's not advanced, really, but it's a little bit more tedious if you're a newcomer. But don't let anything keep you from experimenting a little bit, okay, guys? Hey, Jennifer. We started this the other night, and what I did is I prepped this cup. And by prepping the cup, what I mean is you want to have a rough piece of sandpaper. Okay, rough. And, hey, Trevor. And you're going to take this cup and scuff it from bottom to top. Even if you're going to tape it off, it's smart. I used to not prep my cup until I taped it off, because I always tape the top and the bottom, because it would leave scratch marks if you left that silver. So I do want to say, if you're taping off the top and the bottom, tape off before you start sandpapering. If you don't, you're going to wind up with scratch marks in your silver, and you will see that through the epoxy. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I don't tape off anymore. I need to send you some slick stick to try. You can prep without sanding. It's self-etches to the cup and makes it so much easier. I would love to try some. Where'd you get it? You need to tell me where you got it too, because other people might be interested. But yeah, sanding is a big deal in this house, because I do have kids here, okay? I have a request for a mold tutorial. I'm going to go live with it tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. Y'all, LaDonna, the creator of the group, is going to do us a live. I love it when she comes on and does her lives, because I get to see her babies. All right, guys, so when you take that rough piece of sandpaper and you have scuffed up this cup real good, take it to the sink and wash it, okay? I use Dawn. It's really not important what you wash it with. You're basically washing off the residue. The powder, the little metal flakes, you can use. I don't suggest using alcohol and a filter or a cotton ball. Wash it in the sink, okay? That way you're getting all that metallic. If you were to take a cotton ball and alcohol and just clean a regular cup you bought straight out of the store, it's going to have a black metal residue on it, okay? Hey, Jennifer. Just make sure you wash it real good. Make sure it's real good and dry. And that's when you're going to paint your cup. Y'all, you can base paint your cup whatever color glitter you're doing. So this actually could be painted a light pink. I did white on the whole cup only because I knew I was probably going to have to do 2 layers. I wasn't quite sure because this glitter covers super, super well. And I actually have 2 coats of glitter on this. I hope you can see that now. I did the first coat with you guys on the last live, which is labeled as part 1, and then I did the second layer of glitter, and then I had to repaint the white. I told you can run into some issues when you take these cups off, okay? So I've done a little bit of work to this cup before I came back to you. So I didn't spend all day packing, I promise. I've been working on, I've got 3, 4, 5, I got 6 cups turning where you can't see them, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, I got about 6 more that I have ready to epoxy. So please just know this took a little bit of work to get to where we are, okay? I've cut my turner off. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and tape off our glitter sides, okay? Now, this is the second part. So before we taped off everything you see that's white so that I could do the epoxy method and apply the glitter. If you didn't get to see it, all you have to do is go to the search bar at the top of the page of Tumblr's Ask All You Like, and type in Bridget Hicks Reese, and it'll bring up the last part 1 to this cup. There's a picture there, but that is not my picture. I do not take credit for it. I have no rights to it. I just shared that to give you an idea, okay? We in the kitchen. We in the kitchen, Trevor. You know we are. So, guys, we are going to tape over top of the glitter. Now, let me tell you. Somebody asked me the other day if I seal my glitter. I just got something in the mail, actually from my friends, Trevor and Freddie, called Quick Coat. I have not tried it yet. I was going to try it with this, but I didn't want it to mess up me going live. I need to do a little research, or maybe they can chime in and tell me how long it takes for that to get hard to where I can move on to my next step, okay? Trevor, what does it do? And I need some good ultrafine glitter. Everywhere I look is sold out. Need a yellow for a sunflower cup and a good white. I'm about to check you out. All right, so I think he's got an idea where he can get his glitter, but if anybody has any ideas, y'all, that's what these comments are for. One quick question. I mixed A and B epoxy for a tumbler and realized it wasn't enough like 20 minutes later. I mixed another batch and put it on top of the cup. Was that okay? Honestly, I use Fast Set when I'm doing this part of my stuff. It is a counterculture product. Y'all know I use all kinds of products, so let me fill you in on some information I just found out. KS Resin is coming out with a Fast Set. Now, you know Counterculture's Fast Set is not supposed to be used for a final coat because it has no UV protectant, okay? It's the only reason. You can use it for your first stage, your second stage. You can use it for any of your stages except the final coat because there's no UV protectant. Some people I have heard are using it, and all it's going to do is in a very short time, because I've tried this out. I've made a cup, put it out on the porch just to see how long it would take, and it was about, honestly, a couple weeks, I started seeing a little bit of yellowing, but I had it in direct sunlight, which was probably not a great idea, but I just wanted to see if it would yellow my cup, and it did. Great product, though, y'all. I'm crazy about some Fast Set, but KS Resin, just so you know, it's so confusing. Write a book. I know it. KS Resin has a fast set coming out. And they have a fast set with UV protectant that you can use on the final coat. Do you have any idea what a game changer this is going to be? I absolutely cannot wait to try it. You can pre-order right now on their website. It's ksresin.com. Okay. But I'm going to be honest with you. I absolutely cannot wait to get this product. It's, y'all, when I say game changer, fast set, Counterculture's fast set sets in my house in an hour. It's not cured, but it sets in my house in an hour. So I actually, these 3 tumblers that are behind the camera that you can't see, I put fast set on them an hour ago because I needed to do my vinyl and then a coat, and then I needed to kind of check it out and make sure it was going to be a good enough coat. And I'm going to apply one more coat to mine. I got like 2 fisheyes, but I know why I got them. I put a little bit too much heat on it when I was popping bubbles. That's exactly what happened, and I caused a fisheye. So I'm going to put another coat on, and this cup will be ready by midnight tonight. This KS resin with the UV protectant in it, y'all, we can do cups in a day. If you're really working on cups, okay, and you're turning them out, and you're using this fast set UV protectant, and you can use it for a final coat, you can finish a cup in a day. Do you have any idea how amazing that is? Oh, I'm so excited. So anyway, that's my little pitch for tonight. I will have the listing for all the glitters that we use. Now this pink on here, I just want you to know, my customer wanted a pink glitter, but didn't want that. Wanted a pale pink, not a rose gold, not a hot pink. And the pink I had here looked like this. So I hope you can see the color difference. Let me see if I can shake it to the front so you see. It was a little bit too pink. It wasn't exactly like what she wanted. So I did a little mixing myself. I kind of got this order, and I knew that she was wanting to get this cup rather quickly. There are some amazing people out here, y'all. Childs and Childs glitter is amazing. Those guys, they don't sleep. They can't. Y'all can't sleep. You can't, because I got their glitter in like 2 days. So these guys don't sleep. I'm just telling you. Amazing customer service. I get letters from them, but they do it for everybody, not just me, guys. You're going to get a handwritten letter. They're just amazing. That's all I'm going to say. So I mix this glitter myself. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead. After, this is my second coat. Some people say I went back. I'm going back. I'm sorry. Do I seal my glitter? I never have sealed my glitter. There is some good products out there, okay? Trevor said who needs sleep. Isn't that? I don't even know when I sleep anymore, Trevor. I don't seal my glitter, but I do this, okay? After this is set and it's ready to go, I take a real light, I don't know what that is, real light bristle brush. I got it at the Dollar Tree, guys, okay? And I sweep over my glitter very gently. What it does is it's basically like tapping your cup, but it removes any excess glitter. So if I was to be crazy and not real smart, just being honest, and put epoxy on this all over, when I drag my finger across it, I wouldn't get glitter on my glove. But see how I get a little bit? So because of that, I am going to tape off the glitter so we can do the marbling. That's what we're doing tonight, okay? Marbling is super, super simple, okay? Do not be afraid of it, okay? KS Fast Set is called Lickety Split. That's what Amanda is telling me. Beautiful people, and the glitter is an amazing bonus. You are not lying, LaDonna. Love it, love it, love it. Love them. So, guys, let's tape this cup off. I'm going to pull it off the turner to tape it because I'm a little uncoordinated trying to do it on the turner, only because I'm left-handed, and I think I have my kitchen set up backwards just for this move, and it's been sitting like this for a little bit, but we're going to tape the glitter off. Now, somebody's going to say she's going to pull her glitter off that cup with that tape. Y'all, I promise you I won't. I've already taped it twice today, okay? Now, my little trick, I'm going to show you my little trick, and everybody thought this was hilarious, but it works, okay? All right. If you take your tape, I use painter's tape. I used to use electrical tape, but I will tell some of you newbies, electrical tape. I'm having a hard time talking tonight, guys. I don't know why. I think because I am sleepy. I'm sleepy, but it's going to be all right. It's all good. Electrical tape will leave a residue on your cup, sometimes a little bit sticky. So I don't use it anymore just because I didn't want to have to repaint and use something to get the goo off or whatever. So we take the tape and I just stick it. I stick it to my clothes. It doesn't do anything. You're not getting a bunch of fuzz. It's not going to matter, okay? All I'm doing is trying to get rid of a little bit of the stickiness. Still going to stick though, I promise. I promise, I promise, I promise. I'm going to start at the top, and what I'm doing, and I'm going to show you when I get it taped on, okay?
I eat all the cheese.
All right, baby.
On an accident.
That's okay. It's not an accident. You do what you got to do, girlfriend. Sorry, I'm talking to my grandbaby. We're having a conversation. We were having us a midnight snack a while ago. I knew I needed something to keep going tonight, so we had us a little snack. I had a little cheese and crackers. That red wine cheese, y'all. I'm telling you, I got a bad weakness. Bad weakness. All right, guys. So I'm going to show you what I did. All I have done is tape right where my line was with my glitter. Okay, and I'm going to carry this around. You're going to say it's not going to stick. It's not going to keep the epoxy out. But you're doing it right on top of the glitter. Just not even an 8. I'm talking about tiny, because we want to have epoxy on all the white tonight, okay? Let's see. I'm just kind of reading through these comments, okay? Oh, I saw somewhere they were in Mississippi. I've never been to Mississippi. I'm from Michigan. Well, you can't tell it now, but I was born in Michigan. But I've always wanted to go to Mississippi. Don't think I won't show up at your house with a float around my waist. Have my inner tube on. Promise I won't wear a two-piece. Promise. Alright, so listen. We're going to tape this cup up. I'm going to quit getting tickled at myself. Sometimes, y'all, I'm in this kitchen. I know I'm not going live or nothing. I'll be in here just talking to myself, going whoop, whoop. And there ain't nobody here but me. Okay? But I have done it. Just saying. Alright, guys. We are just following our line of glitter. Okay? That's all I've done. You can barely see it. We're going to tape it on the inside. I'm going to go down and push it down. Because the biggest thing, we can get a little epoxy on this. You don't want a whole lot. Basically what we're doing is we're going to try and keep the black acrylic paint. We're only putting 1 drop in there. But we don't want anything to get on our pretty glitter. Okay? So I've got that part done. Let me cut a little bit of this tape. You're going to think this is tedious, but I use a 2-inch tape, so this is going to take about another 2 minutes to tape off, okay? But I do want to show you exactly how to do it. I'm taping it away from you guys, but I promise I'm bringing it back to you. You just got to hold it down really good. That's just showing a little bit more than I want it to. So I'm going to pull it. There we go. Let me stick it down. Only reason I have a glove on, guys, is 2 reasons. And I'm going to explain that. Usually I don't have a glove on for taping. But my hands have stuff all over them from working earlier. I'm working all day. But at the same time, I want this to be as clean as I can possibly get it so I don't get fish eyes. If you get any kind of residue on your cup as you're taping off, finger oils, makeup, I have got these allergy things going on, so I keep scratching my nose. You don't want anything to get where you're working. It can cause fish eyes also. I'm just letting you know. There's several things that cause fish eyes, but that is one of them. So try to keep all oils and residue off your cup where you're going to be working, okay? Alright, guys, we're almost done with line 2. And then all we got is 1 more strip, okay? Now, I'm going to bring this around, and I'm going to tear it off. You can use scissors, but y'all, I'm about as uncoordinated as they come. I have fallen down the stairs at the front porch, I know, 14 times this year. So I'm just not coordinated enough for all that. Alright, guys. So, see, my taping's not beautiful, but it's serving its purpose. I got to put 1 more strip there. I'm taped here. This is sealed over top of the glitter. I've got a little tiny gap there, but it's going to be fine. Because I want you to think about something. We're epoxying the white tonight and doing the marbling. When this dries, we're going to come back and we'll epoxy the whole cup at the same time. Okay? So that little tiny little overlap gap is not going to matter because it's going to be clear epoxy right here. And we're going to come back and put another coat on it. Okay? So just don't think, oh Lord, she's about a hot mess tonight. She needs to stop doing tutorials in the middle of the night. But I promise you guys it's going to work out great, okay? Alright, we are stuck here. I'm going to tear a little bit off the bottom. So we're ready to work, okay? Alright. Alright, guys, so our cup is taped. Okay? I'm going to put it back on my turner. Remember, we're only working on the white. That was the reason for taping the cup, okay? So let's slide it back on the turner. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this 1 more time because I'm OCD. Let's see what we got. Hey, Miss Christina. Hey, Janelle. Y'all welcome. I'm going to go back over this cup because I've been touching it and moving it around and make sure I don't have any glitter where I'm getting ready to work. You get the, you know, glitter falls from the sky. My dogs wear it. My grandkids wear it. My poor husband goes to work with glitter on his face. I love glitter. I think it looks fabulous on him, but at the same time, he probably doesn't want to wear glitter to work. So we're just making sure it's all off our cup, okay? We'll throw that one away. I got a little something in it. If your house is like mine and you have just a little bit of static in anything, guys, you're going to get glitter inside these cups. And I'm real funny about trying not to get glitter in there white, okay? Hey, Laura, welcome. So I'm going to make sure my cups don't have glitter in them, okay? Because, you know, if you touch something and it sprinkles in there and then you got a mess. You got glitter on or white, it's not going to look like she wanted it to, okay? Or he. Hey, Miss Laura. Hey, Angie. All right, guys, let's get going. We're going to mix up some counterculture fast set. Reason I'm doing that is because before I go to bed tonight, I want to make sure this lady's cup is set with the marbling. And then I'm going to put another coat over top tonight. That's just going to be for the whole thing. I'm going to pull the tape off of here, and I'm going to put another coat of epoxy on. Watching from South Carolina. Hey, Marie, I'm in South Carolina. I am in South Carolina. I promise you, I'm in the country, girl. Country as they get. All right, guys, this is Counterculture Fast Set. It has a part A and part B. Just so you know, I mention this every tutorial, but I do this because we have newbies come on every day. We have new members that come on every day, and I'd like to talk about epoxy every time we go live. Now, y'all know I mix more than I need. For this little bit of area that's white, probably 5 mLs will be plenty, okay? Maybe if you feel uncomfortable with 5 and you don't think that it's going to rub in well enough, you can do 7 or 7.5 if you want, whatever's easier for you. You don't want a whole lot of epoxy because remember, we've taped off. And then you're going to have this buildup of epoxy, and then you're going to have to cover all that, and you're going to have this hump if you don't make it as smooth as you can, okay? I am near Greenville, South Carolina, Anderson, South Carolina, but I'm also very close to Table Rock, North Carolina. I can be in North Carolina in about 15 minutes from my house. So Table Rock, Hendersonville, that area. I'm up towards the mountains. I'm a country girl, mountain girl. Now listen, epoxy, if you're new, y'all have got to measure these equally, okay? I talk about it all the time. I'm saying, Jennifer's asking 5 mils of each. For that little area, you can do 2.5 of each. And it will cover. You might have to heat it up a little bit, okay? Marie, I lived in Greenville. I'm going to see how good your skills are with MapQuest. I lived in Little Havana in Greenville. I loved it. I was there for years. But that'll give you an idea where I was living. Alright, guys. I'm just putting this in a bigger cup so I can mix it up. This is what I was going to tell you about epoxy. I have used all kinds of epoxy. I think I have 7 kinds here now. I say 5 or 6 most of the time, but I believe I have 7. The only one I have had any problems with, and it's only because of the temperature of my house. It was a wonderful epoxy, crystal clear, was Pro Marine. It's just my house is too cold for it. I have not tried Crystalac. Somebody asked me tonight about that. I haven't tried that. Not sure. I don't know a whole lot of information about it. If y'all have information, share with me, okay? The medicine cups I do reuse typically. When I'm doing a live, I won't, because you have to wipe these medicine cups out with a baby wipe while it's still wet. And when I'm doing these lives, I only have about 15 minutes to work with Fast Set before it sets and it's cured. But yes, I do reuse a lot of stuff, okay? Pamela says she uses Pro Marine and she loves it. It is a fabulous epoxy. It's just my house doesn't like it. It's just too cold here. Y'all know I'm hormonal Harriet. I am 51 years old and will be sweating before this is over. Be soaking wet. Alright, guys, I stir fast. You can see the bubbles coming out. Watch the camera. Look, maybe they'll come out. Okay. I get amazed by the bubbles. I don't know how this epoxy works. I'm just amazed by Fast Set, period. It's a game changer, guys. If you haven't used it and you're ready for it and your crafting abilities, go for it, because this stuff is amazing. I mix really fast. I do use a wooden stick. Somebody asked me if wooden sticks or silicone sticks work better. which one is the best for those kind of things. And I'll be honest with you, I've had better luck with the wooden sticks just because you can wipe these off. I do have silicone stirrers, but I'm going to be honest with you, I have a real hard time remembering to clean mine off when I'm done. So then they're stuck to my silicone mats on the table. What I have done is I poured a little bit of my epoxy back in here, back in the medicine cup, okay? And we've got a plan for that. So save you some epoxy so you don't have to mix again, okay? I'm a newbie and trying Crystallite Bright Tone. That's why I asked earlier about it, because I don't know what you have to use between coats to keep your glitter on the cup. Honey, we'll talk, I promise. I was getting ready for this live when you had asked me, and I remember, but you're not the only person who's asked. So please, please, please understand, I want to help you, okay? So I'll send you a message when this is over, and I'll tell you what kind of works, and we'll see exactly what problems you have, okay? So listen, we're going to plug our turner back in. We're going to get going. I got 15 minutes on this epoxy before it starts to set up on me, okay? Remember, I had it off so we could do a little bit of work here. Put my stick back real quick. Does your fast set yellow over the white? No, ma'am, it does not. I haven't had a problem with it. E6000 is what they tend to use to adhere. Ooh, you are... that I haven't used any E6000. I use E6000 to glue the bottoms back on those Ozark tumblers. But that stuff is super, super strong. I haven't tried it to apply glitter yet. I apologize for not knowing the answer to that. So I'm just putting it only on my white, guys. Got to wait for the cup to come back around. Because remember, we're just going to do the white. Now that looks like a ton of epoxy. Got a little bit on my finger. Got love on the bottom of your cups. Okay? Got to have epoxy on the bottom. Because we're going to put a little marble streak down there. Now if you rub this, the more you rub Counterculture Fast Set, I've noticed that the easier it is to smear. And you want to make sure you have good coverage from top to bottom all the way to the tape line, okay? Because where you don't have it, you're going to have those slick spots. You can develop fish eyes if it's too super thin, and you heat it to get rid of the bubbles, and then you'll make a fish eye. Okay, thank you. I'll message you in the morning. Please do that, Jessica. I'm here for you, okay, girl? Whoop, whoop. We got you, we got you, we got you. Okay, there's other admins in the group too. So if something happens and Bridget has crashed, and you can't get me, or I'm doing cups or so, I usually try to answer people unless I'm at the doctor. If I'm at the doctor, it might be an hour or so before you hear from me. But there's other admins in the group. There's Yvonne Perry. There is A&D Crafts is how you will find her on the page. Her name is April. And then, of course, we have the infamous LaDonna White, who is the creator of the group and is amazingly wonderful. She will help you with anything you need help with, okay? All right. Yes, ma'am, I did do a custom mix. This isn't... I just added a rose gold with a pink glitter. And I think this was Recollections pink glitter. But it was too pink, I think, for what my customer was wanting. So I added just a little bit of rose gold to kind of deepen that pink tone for her. Okay? All right. Can you leave the turner on all night? I've heard motors are made just to work for up to 6 hours. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm going to be honest with you. As honest as I can, Pamela. These motors on my turners have not stopped except those few minutes while ago in about 2 weeks. They run morning, noon, and night. And honestly, I put my hand on the back of them, and they're a little warm, but they're not hot to where I'm worried about them. So, guys, we're going to get to work, okay? Because this stuff will set up fast on me. I'm going to cut the heat gun on and pop some bubbles. Remember, we're working with white. You're working with white or a flat black or a navy blue. Y'all, micro bubbles are going to show up, okay? Any type of bubble is going to show up, so you have to be real particular. One, about not getting your epoxy too hot when you're heating it to pop bubbles. You want to constantly keep it moving. You want to make sure you have good coverage, no lines, because all of that will show on a solid color, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and apologize because I know you on here, but I see 2 flakes of glitter I'm going to try and pick out when this dries. I have pretty good luck picking them out, but I got 2 pieces of glitter in here. I don't know if they're going to come out or not. But I'm going to try and pick them out when this dries. So see, I've got this a little bit warm. I don't know if you can see it or not. I've got tiny little fish eyes. Not bad. But we're just going to rub it while it's warm. Okay. Kind of cover those spots back up. If you get it too hot, it can do that sometimes. But listen, fish eyes can be fixed. Takes a little bit more extra work. Okay. But do not let anything refrain you from using your creative minds. Okay. Okay. What did I miss? What happened with the other cup? This is it. This is the same cup, Janelle. Okay, this is the same cup. This is part 2. Okay, now listen, guys, leave your glove on. I'm going to tell you why, because we're getting ready to do the marbling. Now, marbling you can do in any color. I just want to make sure that you understand that. You can do it in blue. You can do it in black. You can do it in pearl white. Any type of color that you think you want to use, you can use it. I'm going to be using a black. This is just that regular old acrylic paint, okay? But y'all know how it gets. It can get kind of chunky. You know, if you don't shake it up, it doesn't mix well. So I'm making sure it's mixed up really, really well, okay? But I'm going to leave my glove on because I'm going to need it. Jessica Bumgarden, where did you get your fishnet stockings? She's asking somebody in particular, so I'll stay out of the conversation. But I do a fish and lure cup, and I get my fishnet stockings from Amazon, just if that helps you, in case she doesn't answer you, okay? Alright, guys. Ooh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm thinking I'm doing a dirty pour. I done took the cap off and everything. Now, listen, serious talk. For marbling, all I need is 1 drop in this epoxy. 1. If you put any more in this epoxy, you're going to have a mess. It's going to get stringy on you. It's not going to work. So, truly, I'm going to put it in here and I'm going to show you and hope it doesn't come out too fast, because if it does, I'm going to the next. That is all you need to marble. Okay? I got my whoop whoop shirt, Rose. Alright, guys, that's it. If you put any more in here, you're going to have a hot mess. Okay? So keep that in mind. I'm going to get me a new stick. A new stick. Alright, guys. I know, I got to. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that glitter stick in there. You're going to think I'm crazy, but I go back and pick it out. I've got a weeding pin that I got from Amazon. It looks like a little needle. And I'll flick them out. And then when I do my second coat, next time, it'll cover the little tiny, tiny, tiny. It's not a hole all the way to the bottom. It's because I can see the glitters kind of on top. But if I sit here and mess with it too much, this is going to get super, super hard on me. And I'm not going to be able to get it done. Okay? So let me show you what 1 drop does to this epoxy. Now, it's not going to make it jet black. And we don't want it jet black because we're marbling. Okay? But it does stain it to a good black, and that's all we need. We have a very good consistency as far as dripping, okay? Y'all, this is the tricky part. I'm going to actually unplug this turner. It's a little bit easier to show you than to wait for it to circle, okay? So hold on 2 seconds. I'm going to get you cut off here. Luckily, these turners I built, and they don't have a switch. We weren't thinking about switches at the time. We were just thinking about making turners. So I have to unplug and plug this one in. But it's amazing because you can reverse it, okay? I did make my shirt. It's actually pink. It's like it's pink to turquoise. It's kind of one of those shifters. But right now it looks like it's just staying teal. I don't know what it's staying. Alright, guys, so listen. Let this drip off, okay? Till you get a super thin line. Kind of rub it a little bit. All I'm going to do is do me a real thin line up the cup. Okay, let me show you what I got on here. Very, very little. Okay, you're going to take your finger, and y'all know I shake, so this part always scares me because I've got a little trimmer. Okay, let me get my glove right, because usually I'm not doing this while I'm talking. Y'all know I can get distracted, but you're going to rub this marbling around how you want it, kind of in a swirl. Now, it does make some lines in the epoxy, but she wanted very, very, very fine marbling. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I don't want it to be too much or too little, because if it's too little, then she's not gonna be able to see it. If I leave this on here like this, it's gonna make kind of a whelp in my cup. See how much darker that line is to this line? Okay, so I'm just gonna rub it again. And I'm kind of keeping in some kind of a little pattern, but it thins it out just enough. It doesn't look great right now, but I promise as you go through here, I don't like that big bubble. There goes my stick. Alright guys, we're going to do just, I'm honestly not going to do but about 4 or 5 lines. Her picture had very minimal marbling that I could see. I could only got one angle of the cup, which is what I kind of posted. But I want you to see, and she's going to have a name on this too. So I may put one down the middle, but I really want to focus on this outside. So I'm just touching it down. That really wasn't enough on my stick. I didn't let it drip off. Okay. So I'm going to put just a little bit here. Drag it along the cup somehow, however you want to do it. Okay. If you get a little bit too much, use one of your other fingers. I got a little drip right here, so I'm using that finger to kind of get rid of it. Can you see that? Then go back to my other finger. And I'm just rubbing it up the cup, okay? You're wanting it to be super, super thin. If you don't like it or if it looks too much at one spot, you can go back down and rub it again, okay? Can y'all see that pretty well? We'll do the thing, I got some glitter from someone else in the bags. Look exactly like some I saw today at my Dollar Tree store, and colors are very pretty. It's fine glitter, but I'm scared to use it. Keep in mind, Pamela, about the glitters that aren't these quality glitters. I started out using Walmart glitter, I'm going to be honest with you, until I did my first white cup like this, and the glitter bled all over my cup. So instead of having a white cup with red glitter, I had a pink cup with pink glitter. It all faded out, okay? So keep that in mind. These guys and girls and females and families and everybody that's out here doing glitter companies, yeah, that's not an easy job. I've got a friend that's in Micomania. I've got friends in Childs and Childs, Geisha Glimmer. I've got a lot of different friends out there that I've met doing tutorials. And it's not an easy job. And people are doing a fabulous job at it. But I don't think I'd want to do that in my life. I just don't know if I could. I just don't know if I could do it. But y'all, the quality glitters are where it's at. I'm just, and it's not just a personal preference. I'm just being as honest as I can with you. Quality glitter is going to make your product a quality product. I hope that makes sense. Alright guys, I'm going to rub this a little more. I'm running out of time with it. And I want to make these lines just a little thinner. Okay? This one's beautiful. I like the way that one turned out. I don't know if y'all do. I'm kind of waiting to see if we got any more comments from somebody. Pamela, if you got scammed, I need you to send us a private message and let us know if it was a preferred vendor or if it was somebody in the group, so we can kind of follow up on that. We don't like to have that happen to our people, okay? So you get in touch with LaDonna, me, Yvonne, and April. She's under ANDS Crafts. Her name is April, though. But send me or LaDonna or Yvonne a message and let us know what happened to you, please. We try to make sure that our people are taken care of. Now, y'all, I'm going to do one little streak right here, not even a big one. But I think this is enough. It may even actually be too much. But I want there to be a little marbling under her name, just because it'll look like these were placed there instead of the way it was created. So I'm going to do a little line here. I got a little streak right here, so I'm going to smooth it out. Okay? I'm going to show you what I'm doing. This one's a little bit dark. I don't like it. This one's okay. But I'm going to rub this one a little bit. Okay? And actually, I'm rubbing it off, so I'm going to put it back on right there. Okay? Let's see where else I got some. And see what y'all think. Okay? Now, it looks kind of crazy right now, but you're not adding any heat to this. Okay? What it's doing is what it's going to do. Okay? So, this is going to be like a marbling cup. Now, I've seen these done where they do the black, and then they do a teal, and they do a pink, and it's marbled on white, and it's gorgeous with the pearl paints. Absolutely gorgeous, okay? Let's see, it was from another group. Thank you very much, though. You are welcome, Pamela. I just want to make sure we're taking care of our people, okay? All right, so listen. I'm going to give this just a few more minutes. We can sit here and talk and maybe answer a few questions, okay? And then I'm going to pull the tape because this stuff sets up really fast. I did keep some in my cup. It's already getting hot. That's the way Fast Set does. I wish I could show you this. Oh, I want to show you this. So listen, And it's not strong epoxy until it does that mixing thing where it goes through its chemical reaction. You don't want to sit and huff this stuff. So I have liquid still in my cup, but I also have that. That's where it's going through its chemical phase. Can you see the smoke coming off of it? Where is Sheila? And LaDonna. So, if y'all haven't ever watched my tutorials, the first time I used the fast set, I set it over in the corner of the table and I saw the smoke. I didn't know if we were going to have to evacuate the house. I didn't know if I was going to have to take the kids and go running out of the house. But anyway, it does smoke a little bit, okay? But that's already getting hot. It's already setting up. It will not burn your house down. You don't have to put it in water. I leave it on my workstation is what I do, just till it's completely hardened and it cools back off. And then I'll throw it. That's right, Sheila. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Y'all, can you see me with 4 kids? My husband, 4 dogs, a cat, and a rabbit in my arms, and a bird trying to run out the door. It'd be awful. But anyway, I'm going to say this for my customer. I know she's still on here. I'm taking your cup with me. taking your cup with me. So, y'all, this is the easy peasy part. Okay? The glitter actually takes a lot longer than the marbling. And I'm going to talk to her and make sure that this works for her. If it doesn't, what I would do, and I don't know if you communicate that much with your customers. I try to. There are days that my husband calls me ghost, but I try not to be. But I'm going to talk to her and see if that's too much marbling for her. She did not want the smoke effect. She specified marbling. So if this is too much for her, you can just take your sandpaper, very fine sandpaper, gently sand down to get off some of the black, and you can start over. Just don't sand too much where you get into the white paint, okay? All right, that's right. I'm going to guard this with my life. I'm going to send you a message after a while and make sure we're on the same page with this, okay? But there's the marbling. I'm going to go ahead and pull this tape, which is going to be fun because I got my cup real close to the edge of the turner. But I've got my little handy-dandy crafty tool that I, again, stole from my husband, which works wonders, okay? And all it is a real tiny screwdriver. And I kind of pry the cup away from the edge so I can get my fingers in there, okay? You're going to put your fingers on the blue tape. Don't touch her epoxy. And I've got it on there snug, y'all. I've had enough cups in my lifetime fall off a turner, and I swear I will never have another one. So my cups stay on there pretty snug. Let me see if I can get it off enough to where I can reach my tape, okay? Alright, guys. I'm going to move this cup just a hair. Some reason it's working good tonight. I can smell it a little bit, and usually I can't smell counterculture. Fast set. So guys, I am pulling the tape off. You want to pull gentle because you're going to lose just a little tiny. I want y'all to see this. So see the glitter that's on my tape? I do have 2 layers of glitter. I did a second coat. If I had not rubbed some of the sticky off this tape, and I think there were a few pieces I put on there and didn't rub it on my shirt, to be honest with you, now that I'm thinking about it, okay? It will pull some of your glitter off. But I'm looking at it, and it's perfect. This was just that excess that didn't really come off, and we'll take a good look at it. How do you know what sand grit to use? Just keep this in mind. A 120 sanding block is very rough. When you feel it, you're going to know that's for prepping your cup. I sometimes use, did I get that backwards? I use a 220 and a 320 for super fine sanding. That's what I would use to take that marbling off if it was too much for her. And some people don't talk to your customers like that, and that's fine. You choose. Some people, I'm going to be real with you. I've had a few customers that, because I opened the door for communication, this is not what's going on here. I'm just being completely honest. But if you open the door to communication, you're going to have a customer at some point in time that you're going to go, I don't think I can do this anymore. But at the same time, just keep in mind they're paying for a product. And they want the product to look the way they want it to look. And you have to do your best to get that for them, okay? Hey, America. Thank you, Sheila. I hope that answered Jennifer's question. Did you put a stripe on the bottom? I sure did. I'm going to see if I can get this for you. And in the first tutorial, you'll see, and actually at the beginning of this one. So let's say you're joining me late. You can go back and review this, okay? Go on Tumblr's Ask All You Like page. Go to the very top to the search bar. Okay. Type in Bridget Hicks Reese. Or you can type in tutorials. I'm not the only person doing tutorials. Okay. I'm just saying if you're wanting to find one of mine, that's the best way to find it. But there's a lot of great tutorials on there, okay? But I showed you how to tape this cup to make it easy for you, okay? Sheila, you are fine. Do you not? I punk called my husband one day, and I was talking to him and or wasn't talking to him. I was talking to somebody about him and talking. It was hilarious, but I wasn't talking bad about him. I was just saying I don't know how he puts up with me. He makes fun of me when I get off these lives, and he says, "Is your mouth sore?" I said, "No, why?" He said, "Because you talk non-stop." All right, guys, listen. This is our cup. This is where we're at. Let's get back. Oh, I missed a piece of tape. Let's get back to this, because y'all know I can talk all night. So, I do see a little spot I don't like. I can tell you I'm going to rub that, not with my fingers anymore, but I will fix that little spot. It's got a little, let me show you what I'm talking about. Got a little bit of gray here and a little bitty line, but I'm going to sand that with that 120 I was telling you about, and that'll be gone, okay? Sheila was at work multitasking. All right, shirt for the win. Whoop, whoop, shirt. There you go. Already forgot what you said. It's late, Jennifer. It's okay. So, guys, I'm going to spin this around for you real slow. I'm not going to put it on the turner. I mean, it's on the turner, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm thinking you got a little bit of glare. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. I'm going to turn my handy-dandy trusty light off. I'm going to give y'all just a little bit of light from somewhere. Let me see where the best place to give you some light is. Maybe nowhere. So, we'll just spin it with nowhere. How about that? So, I've got the marbling effect. Her name, of course, is going to go right here in the middle diagonally, okay? I'm going to use a pink holographic, not pink, more of a rose gold pink holographic vinyl. I honestly couldn't find the color exactly what I was using except in foil and HTV. Somebody's going to go, you can't use HTV on a tumbler because you may not know yet, but you can. So I'm not sure yet if I'm using the foil or Sheila, I've got a hot mess shirt, not changing the subject, but it's so funny. But you can use HTV on tumblers. It's a little bit more difficult. It's not really difficult, but you got to apply heat and press at the same time. So heat from your heat gun and then press with your hand. So I've got some special gloves that I bought with the rubber on them. And I just kind of press as I go to get that to stick. But you can do that, okay? Can you please message me when you're done about different sand grids and what to use them for? Yes, ma'am, I will do that. But you got to send me a message first so I'll remember your last name, okay? It's Bridget Hicks Reese. Send me a private message and I'll do that when we're done, okay? Y'all, honestly, I've got a couple heat guns. I started out using a butane torch, and right in the middle of a 40-ounce Ozark tumbler, my butane ran out of butane, and I needed it. So I went flying to the bathroom and got my hairdryer, which worked great for a while until I burned it up. But this is actually an embossing gun. I bought it at the craft store, and then I have a DeWalt heat gun that I stole from my husband also. Look at all the epoxy on this where I grab it with my gloves just when I'm in a pinch. But this thing has been hanging on for years. It was well worth the $30. That's what I'm going to tell you now. My husband's wasn't $30, but he's going to be alright. I'm going to keep it because it works good. Okay? So here's our cup, guys. We got some marbling. We have the glitter. I've already pulled the tape, so I can't show you the bottom, but I will send you a picture. I did take it off the turner when we were taping it, so I hope you get a chance to re-watch this, or at least the first 5 or 6 minutes of it, okay? If y'all have any questions, send me a message. I probably, at this point, won't come back on with another live, but I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to completely do a flood coat on this tumbler, okay, when this dries in the white. And then I'll probably actually do 2 more coats. I know I'm going to do 2 more coats of vinyl, if not 3, which somebody's going to say that's an awful lot. But my last one would be super thin. And the reason being, I'm going to do a flood coat, which will make everything one even layer. I'm going to apply my HTV for her name, or unless I decide to do the foil. I still need to talk to her, okay? I have to do some pinstriping. After the flood coat. So I would do flood coat, pinstriping, the name, another coat of epoxy. See where that brings me out. If I like it, I wouldn't have to do the last coat. But if I'm still not comfortable with it, or there's something that I see that just doesn't look like it's covered well, I always do that last coat just because. Okay? So flood coat when this dries, pinstripe, name, another coat, and maybe even another one if I feel like it. We'll have to, not that I feel like it, if I feel like that cup really needs that next coat of epoxy, I'm going to do it. I make cups like they are for me. And the reason it started like that is because I was doing a lot of cups and wasn't charging a deposit, so I got stuck with a lot of cups, guys. But I got smart. So if you're doing cups that aren't charging first or aren't charging at least a deposit, do yourself a favor. You're going to wind up with a whole collection like I did. Okay? But this is going to be beautiful, guys, and I'm getting excited about it. It is a lot of work. These cups are a little bit more tedious, so I'm glad we got to do this live together so you could really see how much work goes into these cups. And that goes for everybody, at least now. Hey, Barbara, welcome. We're coming in late, but that's okay. You can go back and watch the live, okay? Or watch the replay. These are beautiful cups when they're done. And I'm going to say what my customer said. She said this was a sophisticated looking cup, and I would agree. This isn't one that it would be for everybody, but at the same time, when you find somebody who likes this cup, it's a very sophisticated, pretty, elegant cup. Okay? I hope y'all have enjoyed this. I am sorry. Look. I am so sorry that I look like this, but if y'all have been watching me a while, you know I'm just here for you guys and to have fun, okay? Can't wait to show off my cup. Don't hate me. I love you, Sheila. I didn't want to say your name, but you kind of made it obvious, so there you are. I'm hoping you like it. If you see anything you want me to change, you send me a private message, okay? And we'll work together with it. Y'all have a great night. Thank you for joining me. Remember, at the end of the day, we're all the same, no matter what. Hug somebody. COVID sucks, but love somebody. Give somebody a hug. Shake their hand. Pat them on the back. Tell them you love them for absolutely no reason. See what their reaction is. You might make their day. Bye, y'all.